Hello and welcome everyone again into another video, and today's video I'll be talking about the top teams in the Open Great League Season 16. It's been a long time since last time I did a very detailed video about the teams in Open Great League, and there's a lot to talk about because last Great League rotation it was like a huge change in the meta. People be like, oh no, there wasn't. It actually was. There was two Pokemons that became way more relevant, they became way more around than they ever was. So as always, we're gonna divide the meta into good leads, safe swaps, and closers. Good leads are Pokemon that generally have either good fast move pressure or good charge move pressure, or a combination between both, which make it the best potential lead. A solid lead would be a Pokemon that has a baiting move, nuke move, a solid fast move pressure, and the best example about that is Medicham. The best example about that is Gligar, and a solid example about that is Venusaur, Lantern, A-Slash, Deoxys Defense. All of these Pokemon are amazing as a lead. As long as you don't get hard countered, you technically you have a huge potential to be a solid lead. And we changed the layout, as you guys may notice, so we can have more room, and soon hopefully we get a new camera. So that's the potential, one of the most common leads I saw as a lead. Now moving into the safe swaps, the best safe swap in the current meta by far is Lickitung. If you don't have a Lickitung, you don't have the best safe swap in the current Open Great League. What if you don't? Well, Umbreon can do similar job, except one matchup Carbink, two matchup, second matchup Azu. Pretty much it. What about A9? Well, technically people stopped using A9 because Venusaur is a thing. Superior is a thing as well. Dugong is a good safe swap, but it's people use it to swap in ABB teams such as double ice or double water teams. They swap Dugong to bait out the grass sometimes. Some people wouldn't do it, but I've seen couple Dugong with double water teams, such as if they have Pelipper in the back, they use Dugong to bait out the Lantern. And Pelipper used to be a decent safe swap. Now it's more of a decent lead. As long as you dodge the Lantern, you should be fine against everything. Closers are basically Pokemons that have a huge nuke potential, and they perform the best in the zero shield scenario. The best example about that, Registeel. We all hate Registeel. We all hate how the Registeel is able to flip matchups against its own counters in the zero shield, except the Swampert matchup. Carbink, it's just the new Bastiodon basically. People say it's different. No, Bastiodon is better. No, Carbink is actually safer than Bastiodon. Bastiodon is more of an RPS, while this thing is actually more of a neutral Pokemon because it's a rock Pokemon that can beat fighters. That's not something that's insane. Just the fact that it's a rock Pokemon that can grab a shield from Ronny in the Halloween Cup, because if they don't shield the Moonblast, you lose the zero. You beat Caesar in the zero if they have Trailblaze, which is a super effective charge move. They need actually the Iron Head on Caesar to win the zero. Now, most of these Pokemons, I don't think I talked about Sableye. So, the best safe swap in the Great League is Lickitung. The second best safe swap is Sableye, a new Pokemon that get introduced to the meta after Mr. Hot Pocket. Hot on Pockets, I don't know what's his new name, used it in Peoria Regional, I think, Peoria, and then after that everyone started using this Pokemon, as this Pokemon being a better version of Meganium, a much bulkier version of Venusaur that has Aerial Ace and a grass that is capable of flipping the Gligar matchup. If you land the Frenzy, you can farm down. And Gliscor is just like a poor man Gligar. Gligar is way better, by the way. Some anti-meta Pokemons. These are some anti-meta Pokemons. I think the only one that deserves mentioning here is Frostlass, just because there was so many grass teams and meta teams. Shadow Grumble worth mentioning because it's Shadow Grumble. Hey, that Pokemon is, the moment you're weak to it, someone will queue into you with a Shadow Grumble and show you why Shadow Grumble is actually a decent Pokemon. Cresselia is decent, by the way. Anything here? Talonflame has a play. I saw a bunch of Talonflames last Great League rotation, and a bunch. Nidoqueen is slightly back. It's not everywhere, but it exists in the current meta. And if we look at the PvP ranking, the best Pokemon is Medicham, second best Pokemon is Carbink. It used to be the other way around. It was Carbink, Reggie, Swampert, Medi, I think, last time. But now, due to the change in the meta, Medi has become the best Pokemon. Lickitung, third best Pokemon. Gligar, fourth. Shadow Gligar, fourth. Gligar, non-Shadow is fifth. Shadow Swampert, Registeel, and Clodsire, which hasn't been in the game yet. So we talked about Pokemons. Let's talk about the best teams in the Open Great League and the reason why you guys are watching this video. And the best team, we always have something called the top 3 PvP, where like we just take that top 3 on PvP and we call it a team. And number 1 is Medi, number 2 is Carbink, number 3 is Lickitung. That's how you build a team, guys. Top 3 PvP, and you get one of the best teams in the Open Great League. Another format of this, you could say Pelipper, Registeel, Carbink. The problem with this team is Lantern. If you get a Lantern, you just lose. There is no way to play like the Lantern matchup. There is nothing you could do, because the moment you safe swap Reggie, they would know that you are Pelipper double steal, because this team was like a popular team back in the days, like back in season 6, 7, 8. So people will always see it coming. The moment they see Pelipper in the lead, swap Registeel, that means it's Pelipper double steal. Carbink is not a steal, but technically it has the same weaknesses as a steal Pokemon, okay? Last time I said it, and someone still like, oh, Carbink, by the way, is not a steal. I don't know why you keep saying steal. I said it's not a steal. It has the same weaknesses as a steal Pokemon. But according to Go Battle Log, which is a website I talked about so many times, if you guys are on this channel, you would know what I'm talking about. The most popular team was Medi, Sableye, Lantern. This team is basically three safe Pokemons. I don't think any of them is a sweeper. A sweeper Pokemon is like basically a Pokemon that can kill more than one Pokemon with like energy, such as Venusaur. You all know, once like you don't have an answer to Venusaur and Venusaur has energy advantage, Venusaur will just a sweep, especially if it's Shadow. Another solid team that I used, okay, and it exists on the channel. It was actually one of the popular videos on this channel. I called it the best Great League team, because back when I used it, I had a decent run. Like I climbed, I think I went like 17-3 in the Open Great League, and at the same time I think its accent also used the same 3. So it's not like a creative team. It was basically like 3 best Pokemons in the current meta without a Medi. You bait out the Medi with Licky, and if they bring it, you win the 0, and then you farm it down with this. So just don't get a Water Gun Lantern in the lead and you should be fine. And if you want to check the video, the name of the video is the best Great League team Pokemon Go PvP, and that is the thumbnail. So if you want to go back and watch it. Another solid team I tried with Venusaur, Registeel, Gligar. And I think people would didn't like the team because technically it's weak to A-Slash, and I've shown like 5 matchups against A-Slash, or 6 matchups. I think I've shown 6 matchups against A-Slash. I won 4. I lost 2. How comes the rest of the team is still weak to A-Slash? The problem is A-Slash teams are weak to Gligar in the back. So yes, I'm gonna lose the lead, okay? But my Gligar will sweep their team after, because usually A-Slash teams, A-Slash is the only Gligar answer. Another top team by J-Jan, the trainer who won Toronto Regionals. I wish I could say a very good battler. I know he's watching the video, but I'm not gonna give him too much credit. This team became actually one of the most popular Great League teams, not because J-Jan played it. No, it's just because Pogo King played it. Sorry, J-Jan. Okay. Yeah, like, yo, J-Jan, send me a picture. I want to put you in a video. I was so excited, and now like he's getting toasted. But yeah, Pogo King IV used his team multiple times, and he made many videos. So if you want to know how to play this team, I think King called it his favorite team. So just type my favorite Great League team, King IV, and this team will pop up. The only code breaker to this team that I am aware of is Deoxys defense. It's extremely tough for this team to beat, because no matter what you swap, you'll still weak to DD. Now these are like some of like 2 Great League rotations meta teams. What about the new rotation teams? What teams will we see? Well, the teams that you will see will be around one specific Pokemon, and that one specific Pokemon is superior. Why superior? Because it's a bulky Pokemon with a frenzy plant and has a decent coverage with aerial ace, which got recently buffed. This team is not my team, it's a Gucci Gang team. I think he used this team and he hit around 3300 in last Great League rotation. Kevin Saluderis posted this team all over the place. Gucci was playing it off stream and he didn't tell anyone, and then Kevin played it and told everyone. But basically the team is like this. You're gonna end up RPSing so many people. If you see a Medi in the lead, you just go superior. Okay? And if they swap out, you have Venusaur to deal with Medi later. But generally, if you win the lead, there is no way in hell where you lose this game with this team. I don't have any videos about this team. I will try to get some footage around this team. And that solid team, which is Lantern Double Grass. This team was designed to beat this team. You just RPS, and then if they swap in superior, you go Venusaur. But what do we do with their Venusaur after? I don't know. I don't think you beat their Venusaur then. Like, you use your Venusaur to beat their superior, but then you don't have an answer to their Venusaur. Well, technically superior has aerial ace. Another superior team, I call it the new double ghost, which is superior Sableye A-Slash. What does Sableye do? Sableye is just a safe swap. You use to bait out stuff like Umbreon, Lickitung, and then you beat them with this. Basically, this team technically ABA weak to Medi, but superior beat Medi. A Degen team, I call it a brainless team. It's ABA steel. Yes, carving is not steel. I know it has a steel, the same weaknesses as a steel. Where you use a Steelix in the lead. This is this team. With this team, technically, you don't swap out. There is no safe swap. Those teams usually are teams where you don't swap. You just play the lead. If you win it, you stay in. If you lose it, you also stay in. Unless it's a horrible lead, such as Medi in the lead, then you have to go to Carving. I think you run Tackle, like not Rock Throw. You run the other move on Carving. But if you lack skills, there is always one and only one team that Jonathan Kelly himself used every season to hit 3500. He literally used it to hit 3500 in the Go Battle League, and it's a Triple Charm. With a Triple Charm, you need Shadow Grumble, you need Shadow A9. Both are Shadow. If you don't have a Wiggles, you can run Umbreon with Psychic in case people have Nidoqueen. And any more teams, Yasser? Well, we can just talk about that. There is a team called DD Double Eyes. If you can replace either of those eyes with a Umbreon, and you should get yourself a solid team. A Pokemon that's worth mentioning, this Pokemon, Skeledridge, and we do have a video on this channel by the Black Luffy himself. He sent me an Arctibax Skeledridge core battles, and this team is supposed to be weak to Licky, but Arctibax destroys Licky actually, because you get to the Avalanche, you throw the Avalanche, if you land the Avalanche, you just farm all the way down after. So yeah, hopefully you guys are happy with this. As last time I did a fast video and people were complaining that it's too short and I didn't explain or give the teams as much as much time as I should be talking about. So yeah, pretty much that's all the team that existed in the past, all the teams that you should see the first 2-3 days. So be prepared. This is what you will see. Make sure to have a play against most of the teams if you want to build yourself a solid team. Thank you so much everyone for watching. This is the end of the video, and see you in the next one. Peace.